Hello and welcome to Teach, Read, Play. Today's video I will be talking about what reading comprehension is. Please remember to comment in the comments box below. Leave a thumbs up because that really helps the video grow. And remember to subscribe and turn notifications on by pressing the bell above. When you subscribe, you will be the first to see new content which is released twice a week. I hope you enjoy the video. Let's go. So, what is reading comprehension? Now, reading comprehension is the second strand within the reading curriculum. So the first strand is word reading, which enables the child to get the words off of the page. This is what we look at as early reading and just reading fluency. So children being able to read. But reading comprehension, that's a little bit different. So let's get into it. Reading comprehension is when you are able to make better understanding of the text that you are reading. Now, reading comprehension is something that we teach across all different genres of books, and it's something that children are able to do quite naturally, but actually we start to drag out the skills and start to compartmentalise each of the strategies to help them understand the new text. So let's look at reading comprehension as a wide basis. So reading comprehension is the understanding of a text that you have. Now, let's have a look at this extract. Here is a non-fiction piece of text that you can use in Year 2. This piece of text is about Pancake Day. What is Pancake Day? Pancake Day is also known as Shrove Tuesday. In Christianity, Shrove Tuesday is the feast day before the beginning of Lent. Lent begins on Ash Wednesday. Traditionally, Lent was a time for giving up certain foods. Lent lasts for 40 days leading up to Easter. On Shrove Tuesday, people went to church to confess their sins and used up rich foods in their homes such as eggs and butter. One way of using up these foods was to make pancakes. Here are some questions you could ask. What is another name for Pancake Day? How long does Lent last? You can also ask, why do you think it was important to use up food? What does the word sins mean? So, reading comprehension has 6 different strands to it. These are called strategies. Strategy number 1 is predicting. Predicting is when you look at a piece of text, or maybe look at the front cover and look around the genre to think about what might be happening in the text. You can also use prediction skills throughout the text. So once you've read each independent aspect of the text, start to predict what might happen next. Strand number 2 is where children are able to think about the text in a deeper level. This is where they are able to make questions and question the text. When children are able to question the text, it means that they are able to ask the author different questions and to think in huge detail about why the author has chosen particular words, or why the publication maybe has come out in a particular way, why the order has been presented in that way, and also questions about the vocabulary in the text as well. This brings me nicely on to strand number 3, which is the reading aspect of reading. So when you are reading, you are word reading, which is getting words off of the page. And this is real surface level reading. This means that we can pick anything up and we can read it, but it doesn't mean that we necessarily understand it. So, strand number 4, which is another technique used for reading comprehension, is understanding of vocabulary. So each time that we read text, to take it at a bit of a deeper level, it means that we understand the vocabulary in the text. So we identify the words that are being used and we think about what those words mean. During this stage, we can also think about other words that are similar, which are synonyms, and also words that are different and alternative, which are antonyms. Looking at vocabulary broadly when reading is a really great way to understand text and to think about why that vocabulary is used and why that vocabulary is purposeful. The next strand to reading comprehension is understanding the text by answering questions. So this is quite an old school way of teaching reading comprehension. So before, often practitioners or parents maybe would read a passage of text with a child or read a book with a child and then ask questions about the text. This is a really basic level of reading comprehension, but is absolutely crucial. However, this is only one strand of reading comprehension, so children should be able to answer questions about what they have read. However, this isn't the only aspect of reading comprehension. So for instance, let's take this passage here.
Emma's birthday party. Emma was having her birthday party at the park. She was turning 4. Her parents and her sister went to the park early to set up. One good thing about the park was that they had lots of tables. They also had a covered pavilion in case it rained. Emma planned on getting wet anyway because they had slides and they had a water sprinkler area for people to run through. Here are some questions that you could ask. How old was Emma on her birthday? Where did Emma have her birthday party? What was Emma hoping to do on her birthday? You can then remind the child to look back into the text to help them find the answers. You can talk about the answers verbally or write the answers down in a written method.
Skills are then developed through question answering. You can answer questions and develop a further understanding of questions through building depth of each question. So you might start off as a real basic level of question asking, and then you might develop the skills further down the line. So this part of reading comprehension usually takes a little bit longer to develop. And what I really like to do as a practitioner is to start off with really simple, easy questions about what we've read. After using those really simple questions and building the child up to understanding the text, I then start to model my thinking about the text. And I will say what I think is happening in the text and what I understand about the text. This will then warm the child up to be able to answer more detailed questions. The next strand of reading comprehension is summarising, or being able to create a synopsis of the text that they have read so far. So for instance, we would usually summarise a piece of text once we've read all of the text. Now, for a child, this could be a short book, or it could be a passage that you're working with, or even a paragraph, depending on your child's ability. When you are summarising or giving a synopsis of the text, this is a really good way to get the child to start to develop a deeper level of understanding of their vocabulary and their understanding of the text. So when you are asking a child to talk about what they have read, you might be asking them to think about who, what, where, why, and how events happen in the text. This is a really effective way to get the children to be able to summarise the text without having to go into all of the details that aren't relevant. I like to say to the children that all of the minute details should not be included in a summary or a synopsis. A summary or a synopsis should be as short and sweet and concise so that somebody gets the general overview of the text. Reading comprehension is something that should be explicitly taught to children. Although they might have the understanding and the ability to understand what they read, children are not naturally taught to comprehend text in the way that they are required to within the national curriculum. Therefore, some of the strategies that I use for using reading comprehension is to break down each of the strategies to help teach them how to tackle each question and how to think about the text. One of my top tips to teach children is to always think like a writer. Having a think about why the author has written in a particular way, why they've chosen particular words, why they have maybe used different strands and different techniques with their sentence structure, why they have also used other writing elements. These are different ways that we can start getting children to think deeply about a text, and with that, then develop their own reading comprehension. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please remember to leave a comment below. Talk to me a little bit about how you teach reading comprehension and how your children are getting on.